She says, I'm glad you feel safe with Jamie staying over. I would end you for having a girlfriend over, but I love you for your trust and confidence in me.
You're acting like a psycho bitch.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX. Today we're back into r/NiceGirls. I just can't seem to keep myself away, which obviously is ill-advised, as we are dealing with NiceGirls, and somebody's feelings is probably going to get hurt, but it ain't going to be mine, I'll tell you that much right now. So strap in, wild ride today, as it always is, but maybe today just a little bit extra, as you might be able to tell from the title. Anywho, I'll delay no longer. We'll get into it. Thanks for being here. Here we go. I gave my number to a lady at church that I was told was in charge of coordinating ministry programs and events. I later found out that was a lie, and she was not involved in any of that. Is she the one that told you that? Then yeah, I could see how that was a lie. If somebody else covered for her, now the plot thickens. Anyway, she starts out with, what are your thoughts about being with someone who is cute in a broken kind of way? Well, yeah, you're really selling me on that, but I'm gonna have to respectfully decline. OP says, I'm not really sure I understand what you're talking about. But if you're talking about yourself, well, I hardly even know you. And she says, it's just that I'm cute, blushing emoji, but broken.
Go home, get a job. Get a job.
Okay. What is it that you expect me to do with this information? You're implying I'm supposed to fix you? Look at me, lady. I don't even have my own shit together. OP doesn't say that. He says, I'll have to take your word for all that, but I really don't understand what that means, and I hardly know you. She says, okay, what are your thoughts on tattoos? I have 6 and wanted more. Hee hee. Okay, it's a really weird shift in direction. OP says, I do not care for tattoos. He's shutting this down hardcore. You'll love to see it. When's she gonna flip her lid? Probably right there. She says, well, I don't care what you think about them. It's not a problem of salvation, so I'm getting more. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. What implied to you that I was ever invested in any of it? OP says, yeah, I never said it was a problem of salvation. I just don't like them. Yeah, it's a personal choice. But she likes OP, so she's gonna get all fucked up about it. She says, well, I don't need your approval. I'm getting more tattoos. Yeah, the subtext there's dad. I hate you, dad. You can't tell me how to live my life anymore. OP just sends a thumbs up emoji. Because really, what else? What are you expecting here? Wow, you're such a girl boss. Yeah, go get all the tattoos you want. I'll pay for it. She continues, quit being so intense. No, you. You're taking your faith too seriously. Nobody is going to like you because of that. Yeah, except for Jesus. I think it's pretty important. Hello? Talk to me. To think I was totally gonna do it with you, but you up and ghosted me. Well, confirmed for the broken part, I guess. This is the only way that she knows how to get affection. Really a sad story if you think about it too long, so we're not gonna think about it too long. She says, piece of crap. No woman will ever love you like I would have. Whatever. And then OP comes back around and says, I'm gonna have to ask you to not message me anymore. Thanks. He gave her no quarter whatsoever. She thought she was gonna go to church, find a nice boy, bang him out after like less than a week or two. Turns out the church guy, they're not all about that. Then girl comes back and says, whatever, eye roll emoji, just leave. Yeah, you've been left a lot, haven't you? You've been hurt. I can see it.
You have been hurt by somebody. That much is clear.
Now she's clicking on the me. Gross, get her off. She says, F you, you're worthless. Nobody's gonna like you. You should just end it all. And LP says, did you just change your number to contact me again? Sounds like it's time for a police report, doesn't it? She says, stop blocking me! And he says, stop changing your number. And I guess finally she did. Are you going to go and tell anybody at the church about her ruse? Depending how well connected she is, it might be a bad play. But then again, fuck it, you don't want to belong to a church that would support actions like this anyways. Just really weird and desperate, and you tried to start out this relationship based on a lie, which is just like the worst idea ever. I don't know if you're praying already, but you need to fucking pray harder, okay? I love how smooth OP brushed her off too. Beautiful. This is a women-loving NiceGirls post. My charming ex-girlfriend gets scary. I can't stop thinking about what we had. I know I messed everything up, but I'm a different person now. Yeah, it took me a week. I changed everything. What? I was lost. I made the worst mistake of my life. Being with him meant nothing compared to what we have. I miss you. I miss us. Please, I'm begging you to give me another chance. You have no idea how really, really, truly sorry I am. And OP says, welp, I appreciate you reaching out, but I've moved on though. I hope you find what you're looking for. Again, another OP laying it down nice and flat. Big backbone right here. But nice girl don't stop. She says, moved on? Don't you dare say that to me. You think you could just walk away from me like I'm some kind of mistake? I mean, you made a mistake. An oopsie, a little fucky-wucky, quite in a literal sense in this occasion. And it does happen. We all make mistakes. Some are larger than others. Some mean that you will be continuing down this road by yourself. I no longer wish to be your life partner. Happy trails. But again, nice girl, she not having that. She says, if I can't have you, then no one will. You belong to me. Don't forget, I know everything about you, and I'm not afraid to remind you of that. OP says, I'm not interested in threats. I hope you find peace, but we are done here. Yeah, until she lights something on fire on your lawn, but I guess we'll get that update when it happens, right? If I can't have you, no one will, and, you know, you belong to me, I know everything about you. Like, this is all the signs of a maltreating relationship, you know? You could try to get the cops involved. I don't know if they'd take it as seriously because it is like a girl-on-girl type of thing, but the paperwork trail does need to be started somewhere because something truly bad could happen. You're likely scared for a good reason, and yeah, there's no way in hell you should reopen that door because she's the one who wronged you and then wants to flip it all around and be like, oh, I'm the mistake here. Really, really horrible stuff. I wish you all the luck in the world, OP. It's gonna get sorted out one way or the other, but do buy, you know, some new locks for your doors and things like that. Anyway, this next poster says ex-friend's last rant and Hoover attempt a few months later. It. What? What's a Hoover attempt? I guess we'll find out. She says, happy birthday, by the way. I didn't realize it was today. Thank you so much for the cake. I hope you have a great weekend. OP says, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Of course, just wanted to share with everyone who couldn't make it yesterday, though I do still have some cake left. I'm sorry your slice fell apart the way it did. I wanted to say some of this on Friday, but I know you were all very busy. But I've been more introspective this week since my birthday was a big milestone, and I have been reaching out to people and telling them how grateful I am for them. I don't express this enough, but I do appreciate the many perspectives you've shared with me. They really reflect how thoughtful and genuine you are, and I appreciate that presence in my life. Thank you for being a kind and good friend to me. Oh, isn't that nice? I'm sure it's definitely not going to turn around in the next mess. Oh my goodness! She says, thank you for your messages. Respectfully, that sounds very becoming of oneself. But how you choose to interact with others and treat them has nothing to do with how you interact with me and how you treat me. Yeah, you need to take extra special care of me because I'm the special one. You see it leaking out already. You're correct. I was absolutely beyond swamped on Friday, but I'm still confused at what that had to do with your ability to speak or not speak beyond trying to seemingly manage my emotions by withholding. Because you could have just said everything you said today on Friday, but you actively chose not to. When on the flip side, I consciously and intentionally took a moment out of my chaos to wish you happy birthday. Oh, what a treat. What a fucking treat for everybody. Thank you so much for that. What an amazing and gracious gift you've bestowed on me. I don't have time for people that choose to treat others in a certain way in a matter of convenience. You are the people. You are the people that you're talking about right now, treating OP in a certain way. And I am certain that OP's not the only one. Anyway, continuing, it's not kind or healthy behavior, no matter how nice you tell yourself that you are in doing so. Good God, what a... You're really just trying to reverse the whole thing, huh? God damn. Because you're correct again. I am a very thoughtful, very kind, very genuine, very good person, and a very good friend. Beyond good, actually, but that's not what I receive back. And what I require in my life is reciprocity. Okay, here's your equal attention cake. Didn't OP give them a fucking cake?
And here's your equal attention cake, Peter.
Yay! Oh, come on!
That's reciprocity. What have you given me? You didn't give me any cake recently. What a joke. What a macabre charade. Continuing, I'm glad to hear you appreciate my perspectives, because what you and others fail to realize is that usually when I give my 2 cents on a matter and my input and my reflection on something, yeah, all 3 of those things, which are essentially the same fucking thing. I just want to say it in the longest way possible so it seems like I'm smart.
You don't need to say overly large words to sound more intelligent. The fact of the matter is that nobody cares how smart you are.
I've put my time, my love, my energy, and myself into the suggestions that I make in all forms of sincerity and regard. Holy crap, man. These are the ramblings of an insane person. We're looking into the maw of madness right now. It goes on. One would think that such a selfless gift and blessing of absolute sincerity would somewhere be repaid and returned with the same energy, etc., without it having to be asked for or demanded. But thank you for confirming to me just how much everyone doesn't deserve my presence, my time, my energy, or my attention. Your ego's really spiraling out of control, you know that. She doesn't know that. This is gonna end in a really hard wake-up call, I can tell. Notably, I understand it was just your birthday, but if you were truly being thoughtful and conscious and present and cared as you've claimed to, instead of making your purposely delayed self-righteous speech to me about your milestone birthday, then you'd also recognize that today is Mother's Day, and you probably would have had some sort of consideration and recognition of that detail, but that also confirms to me how you treat women and how you treat your own mother, which I'm already aware of. You didn't say anything to your mother on Mother? What the fuck, OP? Maybe I'm being gaslit by this master manipulator right now. You go tell your mom you love her right now. Do it. She'll love to hear from you. 5 seconds out of your day. Do it right now.
I love you.
I love you too, you little shit.
Anyway, Nice Girl says, have a good day, OP. But of course it doesn't end there. Also, I know that my words very much sting. When you're done sulking in your bruised ego, only then will you find yourself, in some regard, with the ability to understand how I feel in some capacity over everything that I've just explained. Yes, you must understand it from my perspective. To do that, I guess we need a little bit of context. Boy, this is a beefy boy. So we'll switch to OP's text post, which was written to accompany this shitstorm. OP says, I apologize for the incoming wall of text. Context, I dated a coworker for a few months, and she broke it off because she was not ready for a relationship because of past trauma. We kept talking as friends, but every so often she began to take things I said and twist them into attacks on her, like I was purposely hurting her almost every time we talk. Women can be pretty good at that.
Women.
She would then lash out each time with hurtful comments, many of which I had no idea where they were coming from, until I apologized and admitted to being at fault. And then we wouldn't talk for about a month, but she'd eventually reach back out like she never said anything, and we would chat until inevitably she blew up at me again. Okay, distant relationship at least, but yes, very toxic. These screenshots are from the last blow up where I thanked her for her friendship. It was draining dealing with all this, so at the advice of friends and my therapist, I chose not to engage, but that only made her angrier. We eventually had a phone call where she ranted at me some more, but also said this out of nowhere. Asian men are suppressive of their wives and women in general. I bet your dad is exactly like that. Okay, how much you want to bet? How much did you just lose right now? Opie says, I never told her anything about my dad or my family, so she only knew that he was my dad and that he was Asian. I ended the call soon after that because I couldn't believe what she said. I took the summer off and we didn't talk for a few months, but she reached out again after I quote-unquote helped her at work. We ended up speaking in person about her using a stereotype to judge my dad, but to that she told me that it was okay for her to say that because there's a general truth to it. She said it maybe didn't apply to me, but in general that was just how things were, based on her experience. Oh yeah? How many corners of the world you been to? Your experience is fuck all. Your experience is something you scrolled past on Instagram. Okay, now I'm getting fired up. OP says, I replied saying that she should not speak on another person's race or culture, and she said, I'm sorry, but don't tell me what I can speak on. I was the white kid who was friends with all the minority children. Yes, all of my minority child friends. You don't have a head count? You should be more specific, you know? I may not look it, but I've been exposed to more different cultures than most people. She also admitted that her grandparents, they were a little racist, but she couldn't be because she tries to teach them to be better. She's been blocked ever since this exchange. Do we get all of that in this treasure trove? Her saying it's okay for her to... Oh my god. Yes! Let's get back to the text messages quickly. She says, also, you can save your word salad apology for someone else that can't see what's lurking beneath and who would actually believe you because it ain't me. What's lurking beneath? You're talking about the demon that lives inside of you right now. OP's trying to get the demons off his back, you know, the monkey out of his garage. So he doesn't say anything. He keeps saying nothing, and she just, indeed, keeps spiraling. I'd also like to add, I've been reaching out for people and telling how grateful I am. That's cute, but where's the message about how grateful that you actually are for me? Because you never actually said it. But I guess that's what happens when you don't truly appreciate someone. You just take them for granted and slap it together with a nice guy act. Oh, wow, you're aware of the nice guy trope? And you're using it to further your own nice girl means? Oh my god. They're evolving! Maybe he didn't state out loud that he was grateful because he's not. He knows that deep down you're the wicked witch, but for some reason he's trying to keep this bridge unburnt. I can't imagine why, but apparently, yeah. What set him over the edge was talking about Dad. Dear old Dad's always coming in clutch, right? Going out to get milk and cigarettes whenever you need it, and then never coming back. Whatever. She continues on. It's interesting that you have nothing to say because any normal person would have had a response by now. And quite a lengthy one at that, I'm sure. Yeah, this is like exposing your hand. Won't you engage with me, please? No, you're a wretched person. You bring nothing but strife and misery to everyone around you. What? Give me one single reason to spend any iota of energy on it. And... paycheck, the YouTube paychecks are nice.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
She just keeps going, man. The part about you trying to maintain a sense of control instead of actually just speaking and communicating is the part where you're inauthentic. You made that very clear to me with your prior commentary about how you should have said something smoother. Damn, she's just really dissecting the entire thing. Trying to find any fault in the armor that she could slip her claws into. What a diabolical creature. But also, a killing machine. You love to see her in action. You shouldn't have to say anything smoothly or act a certain way or be a certain way unless you're too preoccupied and focused on trying to control the outcome. But when you act fraudulently with people and you do all the things that they like in an attempt or ploy to get them to like you, then that's not being authentic. It's fake AF and pretending. And eventually the mask and the facade falls off. It's like she's explaining the metamorphosis as she's going through it. Poetic. Poetic in its motion, I say. The only way to get anywhere with me is to be honest and direct and to be yourself and to be authentic. Yes, all of those things, which are slightly different from each other and not just one thing that I could have fucking said. Because if I say it longer, then it makes me seem like I'm smart, you see?
I waste time, say lot word when few word do trick.
If you do all those things that I said, then that gives someone a choice. And that's a harsh reality because people don't always choose what we want them to choose or like how we want them to choose, but anything other than that is controlling and extremely manipulative and extremely unhealthy. And it's not for me because the only thing that it is self-serving. Well, that is one topic on which she is an expert, I am sure. Tell me more about that. Oh shit, we're not supposed to respond. I'm gonna get baited in. She probably would have gotten me by this point. I'm glad you're in therapy, OP. Seems to be working for you. Maybe you could, send this lady your therapist's number. She could certainly benefit from a session or two. I think the most upsetting part of everything I've just had to say is that I never had to take it that far. You pushed me there. Oh, it's all been my fault this whole time. That's all she wants, is you to crumble. Admit your faults, whether they exist or not.
What I do?
Go, just go.
What I...
Okay, I'm sorry I have an Asian dad. She says, because I damn sure tried to tell you nicely. But what it boils down to is your complete lack of respect for me. Yes, it's all about me. How many messages can we go without talking about me? 0. So I'm glad that you appreciate what a good friend I am, because you do not deserve me. Truly, nobody deserves to have this inflicted on them. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Well, I would wish it on my worst enemy. It's not the worst fate that you could meet, but yes, indeed. Fatigue and mental exhaustion will set in before long. But OP is holding strong. He has not said word one to this maniac, aside from the first little grateful messages. And indeed, the spiral accelerates. Thank you for making my point ever so clearly, because he didn't respond. When you figure out how to be a man and actually answer for yourself, you have my phone number, Until then, stay up out of my business. What? At what point was he in your business during this rant? That includes having your boys lurk as well. Do I make myself clear? You sure do. Bean Boys gang was here. That rhymes. Milestone birthday, my ass. Age is simply a number because you still act like a child. It's called ACCOUNTABILITY. Accountability. Choosing to hide behind the guise of a phone screen or a computer screen is a real cop-out move. Accountability is important, but you're driving him away from the introspection that might make him take accountability for all these things, these possibly made-up acts that he's committed against you. How about you end up taking some accountability? Would that be okay? Aren't you the one who was stereotyping people's fathers through the phone? Sort of a cop-out move if I can't jack you in the face over that one. OP still hasn't responded, by the way. Just immaculate. I love it. She says, yeah, so anyway, seems you had nothing else to say. Shrug. And whether you realize it or not, you're actually acting just like your father right now by denying what I'm asking because you don't think it's of any importance or equivalent value because that's your programming. What is your programming? Just be a relentless bitch to everyone. Relentless is really the strongest word in that sentence. She says, I'm not about all that. I've already been there, done that one, because just like any man, if you wanted to, you would. It's that simple. No, it really is that simple. So why do you not get it? If I wanted to, I would. My therapist and I both agreed that it would be unhealthy for me to continue engaging with you, but I don't need to include you in that part of the conversation. You shut out. You're dead to me. Go away now. I'm going on spiritual TikTok to learn how to clear the ghosts out of my house. And she says, actually, I've thought about it a bit. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is this? I don't want to hear anymore. Good. You're probably not going to. Oh, I love that. I don't want to hear any more about what you have to say about all that. The moment has already come and gone, so if you had something that you wanted to share or contribute, well, you kind of missed your opportunity. Oh no, don't let it slip away. I've already given you plenty of time and chances to do so. I can't put my life on hold while you try to get yourself together to be the person that you think I want you to be. Ugh, you should have been doing that all along. Holy God. This is friend, right? Not even girlfriend? Holy shit. Have you actually been angling yourself towards this maniac, OP? Please. Do not do it. God. She says, I hope you continue in your healing journey and wish you the best, so take care of yourself. Thanks for your help earlier. Have a good night. And I guess that last one was after OP did help her at work or whatever the hell he said. But there's no mention of the father and all this stuff that happened, I guess, you know, completely out in meat space. But at least we had the context, and yeah, that woman, holy God, dude. I can't believe you didn't go completely no contact. If I saw this woman anywhere, I'd hide behind something, pretend I didn't know her at all, start speaking in a different language, which I'm pretty sure she doesn't know. Even though she's such a deep and interesting and complex and thoughtful person, definitely, totally, guys, for real. Oh, man. You're way too high on your own fumes, that's what I'll say, nice girl. Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, I guess. This OP says, I love being single. She's 29 and at the gym. Her bio says, sorry fellas, this one's officially taken, but in case you want to get in line, ew. No toxic people allowed, and the Instagram link. It really is just hopeless, isn't it? All of humanity doomed, and it wasn't even that hard. You just had to run electricity through a few rocks, put it in a box that goes beep boop. Everybody goes ape shit for it. Everybody get an obelisk. Come along now. How old's your kid? Make sure you get them an obelisk too. You don't want them to be the unpopular one at school, do you? Like, truly, I am glad that you found someone for the few months that you guys are together, but do you have to leave the bio up? Are you that sure that it's gonna fail? Or you just want, like, the few free Instagram follows? I know the answer already. Oh, no. We are not getting in line for that, right? Next post. This OP says, here's a favorite from when I was with my ex. She says, I'm glad you feel safe with Jamie staying over. I would end you for having a girlfriend over, but I love you for your trust and confidence in me.
You're acting like a psycho bitch.
Oh yes, how flattering. How did you end up getting away from that one, OP? You had to change your name, didn't you? Move to a different state. Topsy-turvy dame like that can turn your whole world upside down. That's the end of this episode, but I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, check out the Patreon, the YouTube memberships, my merch over on Fourth Wall. It's all a good time and great ways to support. If you don't have any dollary dues to throw my way right now, I mean, you could just share the video with your friends. Word of mouth, you can't put a price tag on that. Regardless of if you do any of those things or don't, I want you to know that I appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you remember throughout this day that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one, friends. So until then, bye-bye.